Thank you for watching my revision of my American history notes as I look over what I've already given out and just trying to think of what I want to do more deeply or study more thoroughly, maybe change. So let's pick it up from where I left off last time. The French Huguenots of South Carolina and their rice plantations helped to create the slave economy there as the planters, owing to various diseases and the isolation of plantations, often chose to actually live in Charleston and leave the day to day operation of their properties to hired hands. Rice culture required a great deal of slave labor to produce. South Carolina exported 42,000 barrels in 1731, and this amount tripled by 1765, making South Carolina the greatest importer of slaves in the colonies. Now, let me get back here to see. Yeah, rice. Yeah, rice barrels. Sorry about that. In every colony south of the border state of Maryland, the population of blacks of African descent or freshly imported slaves outnumbered white servants by 1720. This trend continued. For instance, in 1715, there were 23,000 blacks in Virginia out of a population that totaled 95,000. In 1756, there were 120,156 blacks out of a total population of 293,474. In the coastal counties, blacks outnumbered whites by nearly 2 to 1. North Carolinians only owned 19,000 slaves out of a population of 98,000 people in 1756. But in South Carolina, partly due to the new need for indigo for English textiles, the assembly was forced to make a law that a white owner had to have one white servant for every 25 black due to the disproportionate number of Africans. There were also duties placed on slave importing. Now, South Carolina suffered the worst slave rebellions in the colonies as a result. There was the Cato Conspiracy of 1739, which saw 75 of both races killed and one the next year, which resulted in 50 blacks being hung. In the North, New York had the largest population of black people with around 20,000 out of a total population of about 208,000 in 1771. Slaves here rebelled even more than in the South. There was a panic in New York City in 1741, which surpassed the Salem witch hunt for sheer brutality and terror. Several unexplained fires were blamed on slaves who were supposedly conspiring with poor whites to burn the city. After a number of wildly emotional trials, 101 black people and 4 whites were convicted of criminal arson. 13 blacks were burned alive, and 18 blacks and 4 white people were hanged. Now we'll next talk about the New England colonies and then move on to Georgia. So thank you for watching this. Please click like if you saw it. If you got anything out of it, and feel free to make any comments. If you disagree with me, just provide your citations so I can learn. Thank you.